everyone, how are you all? I hope all of you are doing fine, and today we are going to see how we can speak English in a fast manner or how we can learn English quickly. So let's begin. We all know that learning English can be a tough task. At the same time, it can be a fun task if done properly. But however proficient you are in the language, you will witness discomfort if you encounter any new vocabulary, any new spelling, any new sentence, any new structure which you have not encountered before. So to tackle that, we need to have certain practices so that we can follow the tips which can help us to learn English in a fast manner. The most important tip is read everything you can get your hands on, whether it's classical literature, paper, newspaper, blogs, any storybook, any article, any social networking site, anything. Whenever you step out of your house, you might encounter various sentences in English in the form of any shop who is trying to advertise his or her shop, or in the form of any billboard which is up there in front of the house. Anything. English is written anywhere, you just have to grab it and read it. Now, when you will read English, you will find many juicy and dynamic vocabulary words, words which might be familiar, words which might be recognizable up to 10%, and words which might be totally unfamiliar. Now, what you have to do, you just have to see, read, and try to recollect when did you saw this word and how can you just use it and move forward. For example, when you will read new sentences, you will be able to discover and observe new things which would have been alien to you if you have not read it before, because newness or novelty can be difficult in the beginning because it is new or because it's novel, but as it gets old with practice, it becomes easy for us to retain, help and move forward. So just read whatever comes in front of your eyes. Don't hesitate, don't get embarrassed if you're not able to understand, because reading is the basic step and the most important one. Actively take note of new vocabulary words. Now, it may sound a bit monotonous, it may require a bit of your hard work, but it's very important. Whenever you read something new, just carry a notebook and try to capture that in the notebook, or just type it in the form of a message so that you have it with you, and whenever you see the same word, you're able to recollect or form sentences. It often happens that whenever we read something new, we are trying to understand, but that understanding will not come because we are not copying it, or we are not writing it. It might happen that today you read a new word, in the gap of 10 days you might read the same word or you might encounter the same word, but since you have not copied it, you might not be able to understand the meaning or move forward with it. So I suggest try and write it. Try to do some homework, try to maintain some books, some journal where you can help yourself with the help of writing. Why? Because whenever we write something, we automatically are able to memorize the word structure up to 30%, sometimes even to 50%, and if we are giving 100%, or if we are putting our full attention and concentration, then definitely 100% of the word or 100% of the meaning can be extracted and can be utilized in making new sentences. Now, while you will be writing the meaning of the word, you also have to write the sentence which you have seen. If you are not able to understand the sentence, it's all right, just write it, take a note of it, and again when you will do the same practice, you will understand where to use that word, how to use that word, and how the placement of that word can help you in really speaking and learning English in a better way or in a faster way. Because if you have to learn something fast, then you have to be consistent, you have to put your efforts. The next most important tip is to talk with real life humans. All of us love to communicate, or all of us have to communicate, because communication is the need of the hour. We cannot express ourselves without communication. We communicate in the form of signals, we communicate in the form of eye contact, but whenever we have to speak, we falter. We might have encountered many people, or we must have experienced this on our own, that we are able to understand English, but we are not able to speak it. Why? Because we are not in the habit of speaking it with real life humans. If you really want to progress fast in speaking, then you have to come in touch with those people who are going to speak with you or communicate with you in English. Now, whenever you are going to communicate, you are again going to have varied experience. Why? Because communication differs in accordance with the person, in accordance with the locality, in accordance with the aptitude. Why am I saying so? I am saying so because if you try to talk to a child who is just 2 years old or 3 years old, he might speak English differently. Same thing if you try to talk to a student who is an adolescent, he might take things differently and give a perspective which might be different, and same goes with all the generation, or same goes with people from different walks of life. The more you talk, the better you become, because when you will talk, you will come in the habit of absorbing new ideas, new expressions, new techniques, which are of course unknown, because we only learn when we try to learn by putting some effort. Now, in the process of speaking English faster, you have to communicate. Try to communicate orally, because when you will do orally, you will be able to see your mistakes, and then you will be able to just master it and move forward. Now, with this, I come to the next most important point, that is, don't kick yourself. Yes, you heard it right, don't kick yourself. Now, kicking yourself means you don't have to downgrade yourself, you don't have to downplay your emotions, downplay your memory, or downplay your power of speaking English fluently, because all of us know that speaking any language requires practice, and practice comes with practice, that is with hard work. If not hard work, just give 1 minute of your life daily and you will be able to master it. Because whatever we try to speak, we are coming in the habit of speaking. Don't downgrade yourself. Don't think that I am bad, I am this, I'm not good enough, I will not be able to express myself, because these things are eventually not going to matter. What is going to matter is that you are in the process of learning something, you are in the process of speaking. Whenever you will speak, I am 100% sure you will be able to see your defects. If you have mastered English to some extent, if you have not mastered English to some extent, or if you are a beginner, then definitely initially you will not be able to recognize that you are going wrong. It's all right, because whenever we try to do something new, we are totally a blank slate. Blank slate means that we know nothing, our mind is just blank, and we just have to fill it with a lot of ideas. Now I'm repeating it, don't kick yourself, don't embarrass yourself, because learning English is different for everyone. Anyone who is from a particular English background will be able to speak much faster, and anyone who's starting afresh, he or she is going to find difficulties, and it's all right. It is all right, because learning is more important than mastering initially. Then once you have attained certain levels, certain intermediate level, then definitely you can think about ways how you can further improve your language. Now I'm repeating this, language is a ever learning or ever evolving process, and it changes continuously and evolves continuously. So it's all right if you do not know everything, because it's impossible to know each and every bit of language. It's impossible. Now with that, I come to the most important part, that is, go with the stars. Go with the stars means just try to follow those people who inspire you. Example, I can be inspired by my neighbor, I can be inspired by my family members, I can be inspired by someone who has done great in his or her life, like any film star, any sportsman, any politician, anything. Just try to observe that particular personality and first see that the person is good in the required language, that is English. Just see what the person is saying. Just try to observe the speaking order. Just try to observe the expressions. Just try to observe the vocabulary and just move forward. Because when we are doing something of our interest, then we are going to learn something or everything in a much quicker pace. Quicker pace here means in a much faster pace. Just try and find out who is going to help you in your journey. Devote 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes and see the change. You will see the change initially within a week if you do this practice for 7 days continuously, because you will be automatically imbibing or imitating the mannerisms of the person whom you are watching. For example, if I am watching Prime Minister of my country, then I can learn his mannerisms, the way he talks, the way he sits, the way he is presenting his personality and everything, and this will definitely help me to improve my communication. Try and ask a lot of questions. Don't hesitate what others are going to think. Don't hesitate about the perception of others. Don't live in hesitation, don't live in insecurity, don't live in doubt. Just try to ask question. You should not think that whether you are sounding stupid or not, because initially it's not important. If you are not able to understand a particular meaning, a particular vocabulary, a particular sentence, or if you are not able to understand complete English or whole paragraph, it's all right. It's all right, because all of us start from zero. Zero is the basic requirement, and whenever we start something from zero, then we master the particular subject. If we are at zero stage, then definitely we are going to reach heights, because zero is the most important because zero is the most important requirement. It has been observed by scientists or by researchers that whenever a person starts from basic level or zero level, then he progress at a faster space or at a faster pace